All right, well, prom is right around the corner, but parents, that does not mean you have to drain your pocketbooks.
Financial expert Nick Foulks of Drake & Associates joining us with ways to set a budget for your teen's prom. So hopefully you have a little bit of money left over so you can go to the grocery store.
Or college.
Or something like that.
Or college.
Yeah, that too.
Why is it so expensive? What the heck happened to prom?
Well, apparently it became a really big deal down the road.
These promposals and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
that's the thing that's getting crazy is, you know, teens today are creating these elaborate plans for just asking someone to prom. You know, the cost has gone up to about $300 just for the promposal.
Really?
And I think back about this and I go, I don't think I spent $300 proposing to my wife.
Yeah.
So,
that's crazy.
Let alone for prom. So it's important to kind of figure out how much money are we going to pour into this whole prom ordeal.
Because even the necessities, I mean, there are some, before going above and beyond, like tickets to the dance are expensive.
Yeah, so depending on where the dance is held, the tickets alone can cost you $100 for a couple to go. You start adding in, you know, the average dress cost, anywhere from $100 to $400, the tux rental, the limo, the dinner, the flowers, all of those things, and it's really easy to see yourself above $900 just for a one-night event there.
It's almost, when you list this, it almost sounds like a mini wedding or something. I mean, all the stuff that you have to get. And I guess a problem that can arise from this is kids kind of losing perspective of how important money is, or, you know, the real meaning of money or the importance of money. How do you kind of scale that back and keep the kids, you know, teach a lesson, I guess, of the importance of money while we're doing this?
Yeah, so it always starts with us, right, as parents, to look and say, okay, what priorities am I going to set in line for my family? So you kind of have to say, okay, here's how much we're going to spend in relation to this event. And then you have to hold fast to that budget, because this is your opportunity to teach your kids, your teenagers, that money isn't just this thing that grows on trees, right?
Absolutely.
But instead you say, okay, so here's what we're going to budget out. This is what we want to spend overall. How much is the dress going to cost? How much is the tux going to cost? How much is the limo going to cost? And then to work through, if you're going above the budget, well, something's got to give or something's got to go.
There you go.
The other thing you need to establish is, for us as parents, again, is how much are we going to actually pour in and foot the bill on this? And how much responsibility will we place on our kids? Right now, statistically, parents spend about 73% of the money or the cost for prom itself.
I'm surprised it's honestly not higher.
Yeah, so helping to map it out, kind of, I mean, that's step one, right?
Yeah, step one, helping your kids start to manage and plan with a budget. So this is just an example. We have this on our website, wealthwisconsin.com, to help people start getting organized. So first conversation is, you know, as your kids get older, as teenagers, are they going to work? Or are they going to have an allowance? Now, and that varies for everybody. Some people grew up in a household where mom and dad gave them an allowance for chores or things like that, even as they were older. I grew up in a household, I worked 3 jobs and went to high school. So it was just a different world. But, you know, you look at, okay, what's the paycheck you're going to receive? What's some of the allowances you may have? You've got birthday money. Now let's think about all the expenses you might run into. Like, for me, growing up, I had to pay for my own car insurance, so that's something you had to account for. You had to pay for your own gas. What is the fun and entertainment? What this is doing is it's teaching your kids to figure out, okay, if I want to save for something extra, whether it be prom or it be anything else, how can I find that money? What am I using? So help them track, maybe for a week or maybe for a month, what are their spending habits? Where's that money going? Maybe they're hitting Taco Bell one too many times. You don't know, right? But it's important to start mapping some of that out.
Kind of the you know, advantages and the importance of establishing good habits. How important is it for a young kid to have the habits and I guess the tools to have good financial habits moving on in life?
It's critical. I can't tell you. I work specifically with people who are in retirement or going into retirement, and I teach classes for the Financial Educators Network for adult education in the area of finance. And people will say, I wish I would have thought these things through when I was younger. And right now, only 17 states require a financial class for kids graduating high school.
Do you know if Wisconsin is one of them?
And
sorry to put you on the spot.
Wisconsin is not one of them. So one of the things we need to know is, okay, what do I need to instill into my kids? And it depends, because some of us grew up generations where mom and dad really didn't talk about money, right? You had no idea how much dad made, how much did mom and dad save. Well, it's not about disclosing all of those details, but disclosing some of the habits that are necessary to be successful. That is significant. So I would always encourage good money habits now, create great money habits later.
Very good. And if you
stuff.
teach them how to spend, that, you know, kind of turns on how to save. Very good. And again, this is available on your website.
Yep, wealthwisconsin.com.
There you go.